It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the football team and the Eagles, next on EA Sports.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he...
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Oh, look at the juke. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. I mean, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Gets around him. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership. That's what he's trying to accomplish.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Back to throw again. Middle of the field to Jefferson. A gain of 6 there on first. Again, he'll drop to throw. And Walker has it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 29. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now here's a carry heading left. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Dig in, let's go.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot. You just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
And his kick is indeed good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and then get on top of you in a heartbeat.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. And to give this time to the tailback. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Let's go. But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Washington going to send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from, so field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air, maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And the Eagles are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Let's go!
So here is Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. They're going for Jefferson downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson. His first touchdown of the new season. And Washington going to add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go! Let's go!
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
2nd down at 4. They're going to look to throw. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fun to...
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And Walker has it. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is right through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. To Jefferson on the slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
He finds his man complete. That's Walker. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Walker. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. The drive starts with a completion left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Out of the gun now on third down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.